Hello and welcome to My Exporting Hat. As an entrepreneur, you have many hats to wear and skills to master. So grab a coffee and let's get started. Today, we welcome Tim Thomas from Export Navigator. Tim studied policy and economics at UVic. Tim got started managing the economic development portfolio in the village of Port Edward. He found the inner workings of regional economies to be fascinating. Tim built a 30-year career in sales, management, and marketing. Tim is the export advisor for the Cariboo region, serving the areas from Burns Lake to Valmont and Mackenzie to 100 Mile House. Hello, Tim.
Hello, great to be here for My Exporting Hat.
Excellent. So today we're talking about exporting, and I want to clear a few myths up that are kind of floating around out there. So is it fair to say that you do not need to be shipping out large containers overseas for exporting laws and regulations to apply?
Exporting regulations, border control, it applies to everything. The reason that we think it's with big objects like sea cans and that is because small value packages sometimes go through without being inspected, just as a matter of volume. But every single thing that goes across the border is subject to inspection. So we cannot rely on, oh, this is an inexpensive item, it'll never get inspected. That doesn't work. It's all subject to inspection.
Excellent. Well, that makes sense. So does that mean a small online business that's selling outside of their province, they're already exporting?
They are, because no matter where you're crossing any border, there's regulations. So the first one that every entrepreneur is familiar with is GST, the universal regulation across Canada. And of course, there's a spin on that. In some provinces have HST.
Right, of course.
So if we sell to another province, there's a sales tax, except Alberta doesn't have one. And then some of them have HST, and suddenly it's starting to get confusing because there's different variations. And that's really the nugget of this whole thing is when someone says, you know, I'm not going to sell to the United States, that's too hard. I'm going to sell my beef jerky across Canada. And then you find out that all the food regulations in Canada are exactly the same as the food regulations to ship to the United States. As soon as we leave the province that we're in and sell food somewhere else, there's regulations we're all going to have to deal with, just like shipping to the United States. So no matter where you're selling now to another province, there's always something that you've already dealt with, and there may be other things that will crop up as time goes along because you didn't know they were there. Sometimes getting some help with those things is a good thing to have.
Oh yeah, no kidding. What about service providers like bookkeepers or like digital marketers that are selling their services to another country or province?
But for the most part, if you're digitally providing a service to someone in another country, that's not inspected and we sort of get away with it. The trick is that if you take on a contract where they say something like, once a year, you have to come here to Chicago and meet with us and finalize blah, blah, blah. Now you're sending people across a border.
Okay.
And instead of border regulations, you now have immigration regulations.
Right.
So border regs for goods and immigration for services. So anyone going across, even someone who's going to go and install a new machine in a factory in another part of the world, has to go through all those immigration regulations. So again, if preparation is the way that you get, do your paperwork properly for your goods, you have to do your paperwork properly for your immigration as well. So again, it's a big undertaking for a business to do things across borders.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So another myth is that it's very complicated and far too difficult to navigate, meaning exporting. Do you agree with that?
Well, from what I've seen of my clients and the people that I approach as potential clients, they are busy running a business. And then along comes all of this regulation. all of this regulation on the sea cans, or, it's only a small package, but I have to do this label, and then they want more information to Canada Post and more and more and more, and it gets overwhelming. The regulation, the paperwork, you can't get around it. There's paperwork when you go across a border, even a provincial border sometimes. So small businesses can say, it's too difficult, I don't want to do it because it's too overwhelming. So the provincial government and the federal government partnered and created Export Navigator, who I work for as an export advisor, to put a person at the disposal of anyone who wants to build an exporting plan. So it's a free service for anyone who's qualified. It's not available in Greater Vancouver, Greater Victoria areas. It's a rural BC program to help rural BC companies tackle those difficult paperwork regulation areas that are just horribly hard. And what I do is I help my clients build an export plan, which is like a subset of a marketing plan. So we figure out, is this product going to be popular and useful in another country or even another province? And how would I get it there? And how would I go to trade shows to find people to sell to? How would I, all of that goes into an export plan. So that's what I do. And as I said, it's a free service. And I guess I should add that it's been very popular with COVID.
Oh, fair.
To enter into e-commerce. And so with e-commerce, people come to you on your website and they come from other countries. So a lot of the people I've been helping lately, the last 2 years, have been people that started e-commerce that said, I got a request from Bosnia. What do I do?
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
And really want to emphasize that the Export Navigator supports are free, and that's amazing. So thank you, Tim, so much for clearing up those myths and sharing the Export Navigator supports that are available throughout BC for rural businesses. We have included an infographic for you to download for your records, including a link to Export Navigator so you can connect with your very own Export Navigator expert. Thanks again so much, Tim. Really great stuff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All righty. Have a good day.
Bye now.